E.N.D here, day 2 for the spoiler of CoreSet 2021, and it seems that CoreSet 2021 will be a very good CoreSet. Let's start with the first card. This is the basic land planes. This will have the showcase related to Basri, the white planeswalker. Village rights for 1 black. It's an instant. As an additional cost to cast the spell, you need to sacrifice a creature. You draw 2 cards. This is a very good spell. In my opinion, it's a very good spell. It's a common card. You just need to sacrifice a creature for 1 and you draw 2 cards. Very good for black. Radiant Fountain. Another land. Enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life and you tap for 1 colorless. And notice that this card doesn't enter the battlefield as tapped. So it's a very good land. Gives you 2 life and gives you 1 colorless. Revitalize is going back in standard for 1 and 1 white. You gain 3 life, you draw a card. Basri's Acolyte, 2 and 1 white, and 2 and 2 white. It's a cat, it's a 2/3, it has lifelink. When Basri's Acolyte enters the battlefield, you put +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 other target creatures you control. Basri's Solidarity, for 1 and 1 white, it's a sorcery, you put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Spite Megalodon, 5 and 2 blue, it's a 5/7, it's a shark, it has hexproof. When it attacks, you scry 1. Fate Feathers, 3 and 1 white, enchantment aura, enchant permanent. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 4 life. Enchanted permanent can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can be activated unless they are mana abilities. Pestilence Haze, 1 and 2 black, it's a sorcery, you choose 1 or creatures get -2/-1 till end of turn. Remove 2 loyalty counters from each planeswalker. It's a very good removal spell in my opinion. Tide Skimmer, 3 and 1 blue. It's a Drake, it's a 2/3, flying. Whenever you attack with 2 or more creatures with flying, you draw a card. Chandra Prailing, 1 and 1 red. This is the showcase Chandra related. Remember that there will be a planeswalker for each color, including colorless, which is Augur, and each card related to that planeswalker will have this particular showcase for every planeswalker. Elemental Lizard, 1/3. Whenever a source you control deals combat damage to an opponent, Chandra Prailing gets +1/+0 and gain double strike until end of turn. Bolt Hound for 2 and 1 red. Element Dog. It's a 2/2. It has haste. Whenever Bolt Hound attacks, other creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. Leaping Augur, 3 and 1 red. It's a 4 with an asterisk. Has Trample. Its power is equal to the number of instant sorcery cards in your graveyard. When it enters the battlefield, discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards. Carrying Grab, 3 and 1 black, it's a 0/5. It gets +X/+0, where X is the greatest power among creatures cards in your graveyard. When it enters the battlefield, you mill 4. Now you don't put the top 4 cards of your library into the graveyard. That particular phrase has been removed. Now they are using the word mill. Selfless Guard Dog, 1. It's a 1/1, it's a dog, no more hounds, now it's dogs. Sacrifice it, another target creature gains indestructible until end of turn. Siege Striker, 3 and 1 white, it's a 1/1, human soldier, double strike. Whenever it attacks, you may tap any number of untapped creatures you control. It gets +1/+0 until end of turn for each creature tapped this way. Solemn Simulacrum, 4/2/2. Finally, this particular card is entering standard again. Obviously, this is a reprint. When enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land card, put that card on the battlefield tab, then shuffle your library. When it dies, you may draw a card. Here we have the showcase for Solemn Simulacrum. Very beautiful. These showcases are always very beautiful cards. Basri's Lieutenant, 3 and 1 white. It's a 3/4, human knight, has vigilance, protection for multicolored. When it enters the battlefield, you put +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Whenever Basri Lieutenant or another creature you control dies, if it had a +1/+1 counter, you create a 2/2 white knight creature token with vigilance. Pack Leader, for 1 and 1 white, it's a 2/2, it's a dog lord. Other dogs you control get +1/+1. Whenever it attacks, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn to dogs you control. This is a very good card if you want to build a dog deck. City Truth, for 1 and 1 blue. It's a sorcery. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. If the spell wasn't cast from your hand, put all 3 cards into your hand. I'm sure there are out there decks that will use this card very, very good. It's a very good card, See the Truth. Chandra's Incinerator for 5 and 1 red. It's a 6/6 elemental. The spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total amount of non-combat damage dealt to your opponent this turn. Has trample. Whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, Chandra's Incinerator deals that much damage to target creature or planeswalker that players control. This is a very good card, especially you just imagine with two shocks. If you do two shocks on your opponent, that means you did 4 non-combat damage, therefore this spell can be casted for 1 and 1 red, and that's a 6/6. It's a very good spell. Massacre Worm, I have already shown you this card. This card was leaked. 3 and 3 black. It's a 6/5. It's a mythic. When it enters the battlefield, creatures your opponent controls get -2/-2. Whenever a creature your opponent controls dies, that player loses 2 life. This is a very good card, and I think this card can see a lot of standard play. Here is the showcase of Massacre Worm. Very beautiful card. As I said, all showcases they are very beautiful card, especially in foil. Basriket, I will show you also this card. This card was also leaked. 1 and 2 white. It's a very beautiful card. It's a 3-drop. Planeswalkers, they are always good. The +1, you put +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature, it gains indestructible until end of turn. The -2, whenever 1 or more non-token creatures attack this turn, create that many 1/1 white soldier creatures token that are tapped and attacking. The -6, you may put an emblem at the beginning of your combat on your turn, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token, then put +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. This is a very beautiful card, and I can't wait for the showcase and borderless version of Basriket. Chandra Heart of Fire, this is the showcase. 3 and 2 red, it's a 5. You +1, you discard your hand, then exile the top 3 cards of your library until end of turn. You may play cards exiled this way. The +1, Chandra Heart of Fire deals 2 damage to any target. The -9, search your graveyard and library for any number of red instant and or sorcery card, exile them, then shuffle your library. You may cast them this turn. Add 6 red. Very good card. It's a 5-drop. I think this card can really do a lot of damage even in standard. Last card, the last mythic. It's a green mythic. 3 and 2 green. Elder Gargaroth. It's a 6. It's a beast. It has vigilance. It has reach. It has trample. Whenever it attacks or blocks, you choose one. You create a 3/3 green beast creature token. You gain 3 life. You draw a card. Considering that this is a 5-drop, it's a 6/6. It has all things available in Magic the Gathering: vigilance, reach, trample. You choose 3/3 green beast. You gain 3 life. You draw a card. Considering that even green, it's a very good color for ramping. I think this card, it's a very strong card, and prepare for a good standard battle with this card. These were the spoilers for this day 2 for the spoilers of CoreSet 2021. As you can see, spoilers of CoreSet 2021, all the cards are very strong. I think this particular CoreSet, it's a very good CoreSet, and let's see what more cards will be spoiled tomorrow for day 3 for the spoilers of CoreSet 2021. As always, subscribe to my channel for more and more interesting videos about Magic the Gathering, spoilers of CoreSet 2021, and the collectible world.